Hey, Rolando.
Let's hear from him.
Thank you for calling.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm
What's
a big
up?
fan of the show.
Thanks,
Enjoying
man.
it. Nothing much. I want to give my 2 cents on this whole. So, according to some pundits out there in the Bay Area, Grant Cohn, that apparently Kyle Shanahan has already lost the locker room, and apparently they're going to clean house, including going to fire him. So I just don't. I don't like when people just. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. So apparently,
don't listen to him, Rolando. Don't listen to him.
Well,
don't let it get under
your team. According to him, the team's gone to hell. They got no chance. They're going to fire Shanahan and Lynch, and they're going to clean house after 5 games.
So Rolando, just my advice to you: you can take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. You lost me at according to him. End of story. End of story, Rolando. You do not need to let that stuff into your space. That, like, at a certain point, this is, to me, and Rolando, thank you. This is kind of like the whole, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3, 4, 5, 6 billion times, shame on me.
Fool me 3 times, F the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you, as Grandy full well knows. Shout out J. Cole. And that's where, if you want to talk about Grant Cohn, I won't say that he's an idiot because he's actually quite brilliant at doing what he does. But what he does is troll everybody who thinks that the points that he's making are actual points based on anything other than him trying to get attention and clicks. Because if you think that Kyle Shanahan's on the hot seat, then you also think that Steve Kerr is probably a 3 or 4 game losing streak away from getting fired.
No, you're not wrong. I like the way you say that.
So he's not.
He's playing a very lucrative game.
Yes,
but if you follow, that's what you're a pawn in. You're a pawn in a game, and lining someone's pockets, and you can be free and call this a sourced report. Sources tell me. You are free to ignore every single report that's made.
Yeah.
It's all BS all the time, every time. And yes, to a degree, it's working. If that's what you want to be involved in, if that's how you want to build your career, and you don't care about facts and reputation and industry, all of those things, if you don't care about any of that stuff, the names of everyone else that you sully, if you don't care about that stuff, you're free to do it. There's a lot of it going on in society right now. It even is happening in the middle of our presidential election. And then now I'm talking to the rest of you, if you want to be a pawn in the game, go right ahead. It's free world. You get to click on whatever the hell you want.
You do.
And you get to watch whatever you want.
Now, this is not to say that Kyle Shanahan is beyond reproach, because I don't think that Kyle Shanahan has had a great year.
No,
and when you're 2-3, you cannot look at Kyle Shanahan and say, well, he's had a fantastic year coaching. You've got a special teams unit that has been shaky and shoddy at best. You've had a red zone offense that has gone from the best in football to the 3rd worst in football. And you've got a lot of questions about your game management and your overall success rate here through 5 games. So this is not to excuse Kyle Shanahan, but to go from a struggling team to, he might, you lose Thursday, and I don't know.
No, those are excellent points. No, it's not been a good year for Kyle Shanahan. I don't know that it's been a good year for anyone. Like maybe Fred Warner.
Yeah.
But he probably wouldn't say that either. He's like, no, we're 2-3.
Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, I guess. But he's a team guy too. Like he wouldn't even speak after his 179-yard game. But no, he's not beyond reproach, but he's beyond the hot seat right now.
Of course.
That's ridiculous.
Robert Saleh lost his job at 2-3 because I think he was 20-36 in his first 3+ years with no playoff bursts and an owner who is not a very good owner, and a GM who didn't have his back, and a quarterback who, whatever you believe, certainly wasn't there to fight for him. And you look at Shanahan at 2-3. Well, they've made the NFC Championship game 3 of the last 4, and he has a winning record, and he has an extension, and a GM who loves him, and an owner who can't wait to give him more years and more money. So Miss me with the hot seat talk.
Let's go to Dave in Fresno. Hi, Dave. Thank you for calling.
Oh, man, you guys set me up beautifully. You must have knew I was about to call, man, because
Felt it.
Dude, it drives me kind of crazy, man. Like, to hear you guys, I listened this morning, and you hear fans calling in, you know, with their frustration with Shanahan. It's like Shanahan is like, it's like your guys' kid. Like, you can't talk about Shanahan. Don't talk about him. He's been to so many Super Bowls, the NFC Championship. Like, he's the first coach in NFL history to have been to a Super Bowl and won the NFC Championship, cannot have his job questioned. He is like the football god. Don't you dare look at him. Yeah, you know, where you want to go back to Tom Sewell and Chip Kelly? Like, when there's smoke, there's fire. There's enough people to come in with frustration, and nobody's saying fire him today. I'm not saying that, but accountability needs to be had more of, and it starts with him. You know why I say that? Because this guy, the head coach, he's the one that's asked for full control of this team. He has. You know why I say that? Because he said no to Tom Brady, because that's him giving up control. He has full control of the roster, of the draft picks, personnel, who gets signed. And this owner has given everything he could ask for. You want Debo resigned? Here you go. You want the highest paid fullback? Here you go. You want Jimmy instead of Tom? Okay, if you want, Kyle, that's whatever you want. You want Kittle resign? You want Trent resign? You want Ayuk resign? You want this guy? He's gotten everything he wants. So now stuff hits the fan, and that he's had full control over it. You can't question him. Like,
nobody's saying that. So Dave, can I offer this to you? Yeah, can I offer this to you? I think what happens here is a macro-micro conversation, and people get it kind of twisted and confused. I think if anybody wants to question the micro, if you want to get mad at this thing that happened in the game on Sunday, or this aspect of Kyle Shanahan that's reared its ugly head, you know, the blown leads in the fourth quarter kind of a thing, when that's reared its ugly head twice in the last 3 weeks. I think you'll find everybody here and most people out there very open to that. I think that those are fair conversations. What happens too often, though, is that when people are assessing stuff in football or any sport for that matter, when we talk about those frustrations, we immediately take it to job status. And I even saw somebody who's supposedly not higher up, but one of the bigger new media voices of the 49ers suggested that if they don't make the playoffs this year, he would advocate the firing of Kyle Shanahan. That's taking micro to macro. Because, Dave, don't you admit that in the grand scheme of Kyle Shanahan, there's been a whole lot of impressive and success? No?
Yes. But let me ask you this, and I'll leave out with this.
Yeah.
Let me make two quick points. Look at the last 3 draft classes, okay? Not much to show for it. And people are like, oh, we look old. There's not a lot of new juice. And I know there was early success and we've hit on draft picks, but lately it's been a lot of miss. Who could you hang your hat on now besides Brock? And I know Brock's a big piece. And Cooney. It's look, hold on, wait a second. And then this, and to your point, it's to what end? So let's say he's on year 8. Well, year 9, year 10, year 11. At what point do you say, you know what, it's ran its course?
But we're not there yet. We're not there yet, Dave. And Dave, thank you very much. We got a boogie. We're not there yet. We don't need to worry about year 10 yet. We're here now, and nobody with their head screwed on straight wants a different coach than they have. There's nobody out there that you want more so than Kyle. That's the macro. The micro, you want to blow leads and have a bad special teams? Yeah, let's talk about it. It's not been a great year so far for Kyle. I'm totally comfortable with that.
I look at Kyle as a bank account where he still has money in the account. Now, the account has been depleted a little bit over the last 5 games, but you look at the balance, and there still is enough in the balance to where you're going to keep that account. You're not going to cash out the account and just take the money and run. There's still a balance in the account. Now, year 9, 10, and 11, if we get through those years and you don't see anything that is appreciably better roster-wise, results-wise, we can talk about it then. But right now, what he's done and where they are, you definitely keep the money in the account.
I'll also add this real quick because he talks about the last 3 drafts. I don't know how you can assess this draft yet. It's way too early to say whether all these guys hits, misses, Dominic Pooney, Malik Mustafa. I don't know yet fully. These aren't fully baked pieces. And then outside of that, have they been great drafts the last 2 years before that? While I'd agree with the answer no, I'd also tell you if you offered any NFL team, hey, we're going to give you 3 drafts. The only thing you're going to get out of it is a franchise QB. And you get nothing else. They'd all take it.